Hello, everyone. Okay. My name is Linda Haitani, and I am CEO and co-founder of Ravenna Solutions. And we have a software product called Ravenna, which is an online admission systems for K-12 private schools. Basically, I was a computer consultant in the mainframe industry at the beginning of my life. So when I was making this deck, that picture, which I found on the internet, I was like, this was my life for a while. So I don't know how many of you can relate to that. But I loved my work, but I ended up traveling a lot. So about the time my kids were about that age, I decided to retire and do the mom thing. And I went to volunteer at my kids' school. I became a Uber parent volunteer. I was that parent. I volunteered in the admissions department. I helped out with their database stuff. I was on their board. And I discovered that private schools are sort of in an interesting situation in that they really are siloed in terms of technology. They don't have access to a lot of resources. And they have very difficult technology decisions to make that cost a lot of money. So I really worked with the school to help them eliminate a lot of their really labor-intensive paper processes because I was experienced in technology and I knew how to do it. And we ultimately joined a couple people and built a company and decided to help other schools do this as well. So our product Ravenna helps in the admissions area. And so what we have is most of the online applications out there for schools, they have you fill out your application online and then they have the school print it to paper and then they manage it all on paper. We said, well, that's sort of ridiculous. And we went the other way and we said, let's bring everything online up into the web, up into the cloud, and manage it from there. And when we did that, we were able to do a couple different things. One was we were able to allow schools to read applications online, which really improved quality of applications. And we were also able to introduce quite a few efficiencies, which was really actually far more than we expected when we started. But more than anything, we were able to enable a community of schools to collaborate, because if it's in the cloud, then the data can be used collaboratively. And so we did this great work with a whole team of schools in Seattle and sort of worked to say, how can we improve the process for the schools across the board? And in fact, last February, I went down to a national conference in Florida, and I presented with two admission directors here from Seattle, Bruce Kyle from Lakeside and Lauren Formal from Eastside Prep. And we talked to sort of at a national level what we were able to accomplish in Seattle in terms of going paperless from an online process. This is a sort of look at the schools that we have involved in our process. And the great thing about it is the more people we get involved, the more aspects of the process, teachers who are filling out evaluations, feeder schools who are sending report cards, it increases efficiencies and value for everyone in the community. The paperless transformation we made, we did because we provided an evolution and not a revolution. You couldn't have approached the city of Seattle and said, let's go paperless in your admission next year. It wouldn't have happened. We had to provide a sort of an evolution path that people could enter the paperless process at the comfort level which they were willing to go. So we had this really great success in Seattle. We really did transform the whole crazy paper process of admissions here. And then after that, what happened was our school sort of traveled to professional development opportunities, conferences, et cetera, and they sort of spread the word. So this year, 2014, 2015, this season, we are currently in San Francisco, New York, Boston, Atlanta, Portland, et cetera. And obviously, we're looking at next year. We have a number of cities who want to talk to us about introducing our concept of those cities as well for the following year. I want to do a quick shout out as a CEO who is female and I work with a lot of high school kids. We are very committed to a high school summer internship program where we want to introduce the concept of sort of startup and entrepreneurs and software companies on a yearly basis. Okay, that's it. So basically, we're really excited about where we are. We've had incredible growth. It's been quite a ride. But more importantly, I'm really excited with the opportunity of having the opportunity to work with the community that we work with, that is schools, and being able to bring innovation and technology to schools. Questions? Yes.
Hi, I'm actually actually a student at Lakeside right now.
Oh, okay.
And I'm a junior here, so college applications are starting to become part of my life.
Sure.
And I was wondering if you were planning to expand into that sort of area.
Okay. So the question was about college apps. Actually, it's sort of the reverse. People often look at what we're doing. They say, "Oh, you're the College Common App," sort of brought down to the K-12 level. And so there is, the College Common App system that does a lot of what we do. But what we do is actually something very different in that the College Common App model, at a college level, you can pretty much ask the same questions to all, for most of the schools, and then each school gets a little supplement. In the K-12 environment, every school is very unique and different, and they really want to ask different things. So you have Seattle Waldorf, who says, "Is your child toilet trained?" Lakeside doesn't care if you're toilet trained. And so you have to have a much more flexible system. And we also took the price point way down from what the colleges are charging for this type of capability, because we really wanted it accessible for a 75-person small neighborhood school as well as a school the size of Lakeside. Any other questions? Yes.
Integration and training would seem to be two of the biggest challenges. You've got schools that are very rehearsed in their current practices. How much labor is involved in onboarding them and getting them into the process?
That's a great question, onboarding. So our end user, the community we serve oftentimes there are admission directors, and some are very, love technology, love innovation, some are more reserved about it. And we basically walk into an admission department, we pick it up, we shake it up, and we turn it upside down, and we put it back in a totally different model. And that can be very sort of intimidating for some people. And so, so our onboarding does involve a lot of sort of hand-holding and nurturing, and making sure that the schools are comfortable and knowledgeable, that they're not going to push a button and sort of, and everything is going to explode. So it's part of the community that we're in. It does need to be a very, person one-on-one, a lot of touch points in terms of the education. Any other questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.